Hi everyone. So I have a look for you today, and it's using the new Wet n Wild Spring 2015 palette Vegan Culture, which has a lovely minty green shade in there. And I have been on the hunt for a mint shade for a long time, it feels. I think it originally started with Melanie from Mr. Kong's mom, and she had this Lorac mint palette, and that just got me in the mood for mint, but I didn't want to buy an entire like high-end palette just for the mint. So I was trying to find the mint elsewhere and I just was not having any luck, and I've been complaining about it for quite some time. Apparently it's just not a color that's very popular. Maybe it's a little tricky to make, I'm not sure, but it's just no mint. Where is the mint? And I made a comment about the lack of mint at some point on Dustin Hunter's a picture he had on Instagram, and he was also complaining that MAC doesn't have a lot of blue colors. Anyway, so we got talking about mint and seafoam green and how, you know, it's the best, but just there aren't any good options out there. And so I found this palette while I was wandering around Walgreens one day, and I did some swatches, made a blog post, sent it to Dustin, and was like, hey, there's something minty. Well, he made a video doing a look, but in the beginning he had a little story as to how he came to the mint. And it involves a South Park-esque animation of himself and me and our little conversations. So it's really funny. I really recommend you check it out. And he has awesome videos. It's just beautiful production. He's definitely an artist. And yeah, anyway, so Dustin is a really highly recommended YouTuber. And I'll link that video below, of course. And let me know what you think if you do watch it. He posted a look with the palette, and I've played around with this a bunch, and I've come to the conclusion that it is a difficult shadow to work with. So I'll also link below my swatches. It seems like it feels very pigmented, and it swatches really nicely. It does have that nice combination of kind of silvery white plus a little blue plus a little green. It's really very much the color I was looking for. But on the lids, it just fades quickly. It tends to look a little bit more white than mint and whatever. So I've tried it with a variety of bases. Painterly Paint Pot, not great. Maybelline Color Tattoo and Edgy Emerald, that took it a little too dark, a little too green, and I actually recorded that look, but after editing it I decided, you know, it was before I colored my hair, so my hair was looking like a hot mess, and the look itself didn't quite come out exactly how I wanted. It looked very blue in editing, whatever. So I decided, you know, I was gonna keep trying, and I tried something that of course is limited edition from quite some time ago, a Maybelline Color Tattoo in Waves of White. They had a collection, gosh, I don't even know, a year and a half ago, who knows? I have no clue. It had a bunch of duochromes. I really like duochromes a lot, and this one is a very pretty one. So on camera I think it's looking rather blue. To me it's looking very purple. So it's a kind of blue, green, purple flash, but it's very sheer. So when you use it, what you're getting is mostly that duochrome shade, and it's not opaque white with the flash. Anyway, I think it's a really good fit because it doesn't completely change the color of the mint. It enhances it a little bit, plus it has a really kind of neat shimmer showing through, and then as the mint fades, as it seems to do, you're still left with a nice look, as opposed to on my eyes when it was fading, it started to look a little yellowy, not so good. And with like the Edgy Emerald, then it was just looking quite green, so whatever. I really enjoy how this looks at the beginning and then as it fades throughout the day. I don't think I've ever had a shadow fade as much as this Wet n Wild palette, so that is something to note. I haven't experienced that problem with the other shadows, but I haven't used them all that much. So I did do my makeup for today with no plans of actually recording this look, but as I was editing that video, I decided, no, let me redo this. So I took off my eyeshadow. I do still have a little bit of liquid liner and tight line, so we're gonna work with it. So anyway, enough rambling, get started. So I already put primer, Too Faced Shadow Insurance on, and now I'm just gonna go in with waves of white. Let's see it up close perhaps. And I'm going to just use a synthetic brush. Normally I would just use my fingers, but since I already have mascara and whatnot on, I want to try to be a little bit more precise. So I'm just using an Urban Decay blending brush. I'm going to put this all over the lid and a little bit up into the crease. This, because you're not getting like a really metallic finish, and it's really kind of a sheer wash of just shimmer, if it's in the crease I don't mind because it actually does really pretty things with my crease color as well. And that is the makeup I was wearing today. In fact, I had this as a base and then I had what I'm going to put in the crease on the lid, and it was so pretty. So next I'm just going to take that mint shade from the Vegan Culture palette on a mostly flat shadow brush. Put that all over the lid. So when you first put this shadow on, it's mostly opaque enough to really cover that waves of white, but as the day goes on, it starts kind of showing through more. So I'm going to take this Pur Minerals Soul Mattes palette and use this darker pinky shade, kind of mauve shade in the crease, and that one is called Better Half. The little sticker is backwards to how the shadows are laid out, and I'm just putting that in the crease. And it took me some time there, an embarrassingly long time to figure out what the name was. I'm really liking this brush. It's from Sonia Kashuk. It's the 112, and I think when I mentioned it in a favorites when it was quite new. Maybe it was my 2014 favorites, and because to me it's like I can use it like a 217 almost, even though it's more like a shader brush than a blending brush, but it has just enough fluff that I can blend, but I don't spread it everywhere, which is a problem I have. Always overdoing it. So I'm going to connect that down to the lower lash line here. Just going to go in and freshen up the lid on this side. Looks like it's getting a little faded looking. And just going to go in with a clean blending brush and kind of blend out the edges a little bit. Alright, I put a little more mascara on since I had some shadow in my lashes. And last thing I'm going to do is put in this NYX White Pearl in my waterline, just to keep everything like super wide-eyed and whatnot. Very bright. So I was thinking that you could use something like this as a base instead of a duochrome. This is just a plain white pearl, but when you blend it out, it is, well, it's on the sheer side even at full intensity. But that might give you also something sticky for it to hold on to, but also have a little bit of something to show through the mint as it fades. So that's my finished mint look using the Wet n Wild Vegan Culture palette from the Spring 2015 collection. Let me know if you plan on picking this up or if you already have it, what you think about it, and what your favorite usage of it is, your favorite combo. I would love to hear it below. If you have any questions, let me know, any comments. I just want to say a quick thank you to all my new subscribers. If you were sent over here by Dustin, I would love to hear it. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out my channel. I really do appreciate that. And I've just been getting more and more subscribers lately, and that's just super awesome. So thank you so much for that. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.